How to increase testosterone levels naturally. Robust testosterone equals rock-hard strength, magnetic swagger, and heroic hormone balance, delivering peak masculine performance. But with deficiencies now striking over 1 in 4 men, reclaiming our biological birthright hinges on circling back to this key health player. So today, let's master the top 10 all-natural tactics scientifically shown to restore and protect testosterone status for lifelong vim, vigor, and thrivability. From bedroom supplements to bro-approved breakfast tweaks, we'll break down the proven essentials, bringing brawn back to brains and bones when levels bottom out. First up, nothing signals make more testosterone better to the body than regular resistance training. This is lifting moderately heavy weights in sets using multi-joint compound exercises like squats, rows, presses, and deadlifts. Now, it's the controlled muscle damage from progressively overloading tissues that prompts a surge in testosterone synthesis for repair and growth 24 to 72 hours later, like clockwork. Additionally, choosing multi-joint lifts ramps anabolic hormone release greater than isolation exercises alone, since more total muscle mass gets activated, demanding higher output. So commit 25 to 60 minutes at least 3 times weekly to purposefully challenging sessions, and re-racked iron sets the stage for sky-high testosterone flow long after we leave the gym. Reduce stress. While resistance rigor reliably raises testosterone over the long run, unchecked daily stress chronically hampers hormone optimization. Allow me to explain. You see, coping poorly with sustained stressors like job overwhelm, financial burdens, poor sleep, inflammatory diet, or relationship woes activates your fight-or-flight response, signaled by cortisol release. Now, cortisol exhibits catabolic tissue-breaking properties that opposes robust testosterone's anabolic building effects. So runaway stress signaling literally blunts hormone balance by suppressing testosterone synthesis and accelerating male sex steroid breakdown, so less circulates actively, pumping it up. Quite the libido-killing, muscle-wasting duo. Luckily, just deep breathing, taking mental breaks, laughing with friends, harnessing mindfulness, sweating out tension with walks, and optimizing sleep all help control excess cortisol release. So testosterone remains ascended as our masculine powerhouse. Begin mindfully relaxing today to preserve vitality tomorrow, gents. Sleep deep. Moving to recovery territory, another non-negotiable for keeping testosterone topped off is consistent, high-quality sleep, allowing our bodies to fully produce and maximize retention of each precious manly molecule. But over 70% of men snooze less than the recommended 7 to 9 hours nightly. Missing out here drastically dampens whole body repair and muscle building opportunities. You see, both testosterone synthesis and protein construction peak while we sleep. This makes rest the perfect physiological environment for muscle growth, with balanced hormones fueling the fire. But when we shortchange sleep, nocturnal testosterone synthesis reduces by up to 15%, according to research. That's huge. Less sleep also dents muscular gains, by allowing more testosterone to convert into estrogen and sap strength further. So, stick to consistent bedtimes, allowing 30% more anabolic activity than your daylight hours. Consider melatonin when tossing and turning to get back on track. Zinc. Shifting to diet now. One possible contributor to mysteriously low testosterone in normal weight men involves inadequate zinc intake, an essential mineral raw ingredient needed for all sex steroid building blocks. You see, the testes hoard the highest zinc concentrations in the male body to assist testosterone synthesis. So running low chronically chokes this critical manufacturing step, resulting in up to 75% lower free testosterone in deficient men. Let that sink in. Additionally, zinc assists gene signaling, regulating the baseline amount of testosterone each man can biologically produce to stay virile. So zinc literally shifts genetic expression in favor of robust masculinity. Even more reason to keep this mighty mineral sufficiently stocked. To hit ideal intake around 15 to 30 milligrams daily, emphasize zinc-rich oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds, cashews, spinach, and garlic in meals. Supplement smaller doses long-term when dietary zinc falls short for complete male support. This essential mineral forms the nuts and bolts for outfitting men with mandated moxie. Limit soy. Another stealth assassin gradually swiping virile testosterone status includes increased soy intake from veggie burgers, tofu, edamame, and protein powders. Now, soy foods themselves aren't inherently evil. But the issue arises when soy displaces high-quality animal proteins or gets overconsumed habitually. Here's why. Soy contains potent plant compounds called isoflavones that mimic weaker estrogen hormones in bodily tissues. Now, at reasonable doses, these phytoestrogens likely pose little threat. But higher chronic soy intake allows accumulating isoflavones to gradually bind more receptors intended for stronger testosterone. This functionally crowds out biological masculinity over years. Dosage and duration dependent, of course. Release the soy and vegetable proteins, lads. Soy won't steal our grit in moderation. But monitor intake alongside zinc sources to promote sufficient testosterone bindings, keeping us at our hormonal best. Take vitamin D. Another possible hidden saboteur sucker-punching optimal testosterone involves chronically inadequate vitamin D intake, resulting in deficiency. Now emerging research links low vitamin D status with lower circulating testosterone concentrations compared to sufficient men, even when adjusting for compounding factors like adiposity, making the sunshine vitamin pivotal for masculine optimization. Experts propose vitamin D directly regulates over 1,000 genes critical for ideal testosterone output. So perpetually low D dulls activation, allowing suboptimal hormone synthesis in the long run. Fix things by catching moderate midday sun exposure, emphasizing vitamin D-rich eggs, mushrooms, and fatty fish, and strategically supplementing when natural sources fall short. Intermittent fasting. Another simple yet effective tactic proven to increase testosterone availability involves intermittent fasting, condensing daily food intake into an 8-hour window, allowing for a prolonged 16-hour overnight fast. Now, it's not fully clear why fasting boosts testosterone. But 6 hours without calories may limit leptin signals and insulin spikes that otherwise prompt testosterone breakdown and clearance over the fed state day in, day out. By temporarily restricting food, more testosterone may remain bioavailable for longer, keeping male fitness and focus steadily fed. Additionally, both intense training and growth hormone release peak in fasted states, two processes greatly enhancing testosterone status. Fasting overnight, followed by training and a post-workout feeding, shows men amplifying both spike factors for synergistic hormonal height. So consider condensing daily food intake into an 8-hour window with strategic syncing around training times. Signals and spikes align for optimal testosterone availability, doing heavy lifting on empty, then refueling completely after. Limit alcohol. Wrapping up our top natural tactics, no book on fortress guarding testosterone would be complete without addressing alcohol consumption, showing clear dose-dependent impairment of optimal androgen activity long-term. Now, an occasional low-sugar brew with the boys poses little threat. Cheers to that. But multiple drinks, multiple times weekly, limits testicular health. First, alcohol acts as an anti-nutrient, interfering with testosterone-stimulating zinc and vitamin A uptake, critical for robust genesis at the source. So drinking chronically clouds key cofactor absorption, stunting synthesis steadily over the years. This poison permeates our physiology. Additionally, elevated alcohol intake correlates with reduced luteinizing hormone output from the pituitary gland, further limiting testicular stimulation potential and upstream production as tolerance builds. Finally, habitual heavy drinking devastates Leydig cell populations, directly responsible for testosterone creation within vulnerable testes over time. So, alcohol literally annihilates our biological manufacturing infrastructure through 3 mechanisms reducing viability. Harsh, but vital education, gentlemen. So what's the prescription here? Keep alcohol intake moderate at 1 to 2 low-sugar drinks only 2 to 3 times weekly, max. Any more frequently, or any greater quantity, hampers testicular environments and upstream messengers in the long run. Boiling down the man plan, optimizing natural testosterone dynamics involves numerous small but sustainable daily practices cultivated over time, more than drastic overhauls all at once. Consistently sleeping deeply, lifting with intent, reducing excess body fat, limiting nutrient blockers, controlling cortisol, supplementing cofactors, calorie restricting strategically, and moderating alcohol intake, together craft ideal metabolic and hormonal habitats for peak virile thrivability as decades pass. While no single tweak universally applies to each man, consider adding in one new testosterone optimizing lifestyle upgrade weekly until lock and key alignment becomes habit. Monitor progress through labs and in the mirror, gauging virility. We each require an individualized approach here, gentlemen. But stick with smart frameworks, cultivating ideal habits over quick fixes, and sexual health ascends exponentially. So, start a simple supplement like zinc today, or chat with your doctor on screening vitamin D. Small steps start big journeys, gents. Hit that thumbs up if you're feeling ready to start reclaiming peak masculine performance. Share any testosterone boosting tips that brought your bounce back and that I've missed in the comments. Subscribe today and smash notifications so you never miss the latest research-backed fitness, nutrition and supplementation guides designed for optimizing health from the inside out. Thanks for tuning in today.